So welcome everyone to the February Cascade Stereoscopic Club meeting. And as usual, we're streaming to YouTube and Twitch. And let me put up the agenda. And so the theme this evening is shadows. And I had a lot of people concerned that they weren't going to be able to come up with any shadows, but then people started sending me stuff, so I guess people got that question resolved.
Last minute.
Yeah, and we'll have open projector show and tell as usual. We'll select images for folio 37, show the second part of folio 36. And so, anyway, why is this not advancing? Well,
Hi, George.
there we go. And so we got contribution from Robert Bloomberg, but he has visitors tonight, and so he let me know that he was not going to be able to attend the meeting. But anyway, we always like what he has to contribute. So there's some shadows.
Yeah, that's nice.
And a cat.
Good picture.
So what more could you want than a cat and shadows? And let me get my glasses on so I can see it. And so,
Some kind of trickery going on that one there.
what's the trickery?
Well, it's the shadows below the surface. It must
Yeah.
be intentionally
Oh.
pseudo, or he moved during the exposure. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe, yeah, something like
Okay.
that, yeah.
or he.
Yeah, when he move, it doesn't matter if you move left to right or right to left. It's gonna be pseudoscopic, so the shadow will be behind the ground if the ground is in real 3D, or it can be in front of the ground, but then the ground is gonna be in pseudo 3D.
Yeah, the ground looks
Yeah.
good. It's just it's the shadow that, and you know the post or whatever it is he's leaning against. That's on top of the cobblestones. That's good though.
Interesting, very interesting.
I've had the same effect taking a 1-2 shot with my W3 of a shadow, and then after the shadow is moved. Oh, good.
Oh, and kind of an effect there too.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty
Late,
clever.
late afternoon.
You know, this seems to have been carefully thought out.
Okay, so thank you, Robert. I think he may go back and watch the recording, so we enjoyed the images. Michael Bronstein, and and Carl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shadow on the face. I imagine you guys have seen this photo before, because if anybody's been there, they've probably taken this photo.
I don't remember I don't know where this is.
It's in Southwest Portland at
The Nordic Center.
yeah, the Nordic Center. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
It's a sculpture, and you can go inside the house. That's the next photo.
See, so I guess there are places in Portland I've never been.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Well,
one
you
either.
should go. They serve spherical pancakes.
Duh.
Yeah, they have a wonderful restaurant there.
Yeah.
Scandinavian.
So, yeah. found this kind of sculpture of flowers, or just kind of, I don't know, it's not quite a fairy house, but
I would just say an arrangement.
an arrangement. Yeah, this is in a park in Selwood that kind of looks out to the over the Willamette River, like towards the Oaks Bottom
Mm-hmm.
or Oaks Park, amusement park, and same place. Shadows.
Okay, and Bob.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
I used to travel to NSA conventions with a guy named Ed Lauer, and this is a shot of us on a beach when the sun was getting ready to go down. I always think of him when I see this image. I'm trying to wave there.
Yeah, he passed away, what, about 3 years ago?
Yeah, something like that. This is, I forget the name of this. It's in Egypt where they, underground where they bury their sacred bulls. And I just thought that tunnel in shadows was kind of cool.
I remember Ed and Connie Lauer, his wife.
Yes, uh-huh. I had to go ask my wife what the structures are that kind of make a little bit of shade. They have like wooden slats, and she reminded me they're called pergolas. And for some reason, a lot of my images are shadows from pergolas, and this one is in Egypt, and whatever they have up there on the roof makes hieroglyphic shadows.
Are they projectors?
No, it's just the sun shining through whatever they have up on the roof of the pergola.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't have realized, but once you see the shadows running through the lettering, you realize that that's what it is. Impressive.
I just thought these shadows going across the wall kind of added a little different look to the walls. And shadow of a tree in the foreground. More pergola stuff.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I love it.
That's interesting
Wow.
patterns.
Yeah, it comes through really nice.
And where were these taken?
Egypt, most of these.
Oh,
Well, there you can see the structure better that makes the shadow.
Should I lower the
Yeah.
lights a little bit?
Sure.
That's better. Thanks, Gary.
Yeah. What was your impression of Egypt overall?
It was always number one on my bucket list, so I'm glad I got to go do it.
Yeah.
Quite something climbing in that big pyramid. This is a little kind of tent on the beach with kind of interlaced ceiling on it that made interesting shadows.
So you felt
this
you were in the
pro-
sun, but not so brilliant.
Yeah, so this probably isn't shadows. I don't know. It's just looking down in some water. The water's highlighted and kind of different.
Okay, thank you, Bob. And Jim.
I had 15, but the Wi-Fi gave out in our building halfway through, and then my mouse gave out at the same time. Okay, this is in the neighborhood where I used to live, Laurelhurst. And I've shown the chessmen before, but it's a chance to show the shadows again from different angles and different distances. And there's a shadow on my daughter-in-law's face. Chance to show you some beautiful women.
Okay, thank you, Jim.
Okay.
George.
Oregon.
Yep. This is from the PSA conference. We went there in the afternoon and, long shadows.
Yep, and Haystack Rock.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Ha! There's my buddy. Late in the afternoon, there are shadows, including a shadow of him.
I see your training is going well, training the new dog to jump over logs there.
Yes. But unfortunately, he lost interest, so now he's out of the stick phase.
Oh.
Too bad.
Really?
Here's another one. He's a nice, happy guy. This was the PSA conference before the last one was in Arizona.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the lady. She's holding a little tiny owl in her hand.
It is an owl, not like a kestrel or something.
It's an owl, yes. I forget what kind of owl it is.
Okay, thank you, George.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's something odd about these cats, or the picture.
The one on the right looks a little bit deformed.
Yeah.
Strangely.
The footprints don't match the cat's either.
That's true. I noticed that. I figured I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, yeah, back in... Well, maybe he just steps really carefully in those human footprints.
Now, or maybe Mid-Journey doesn't care.
Oh, these are yours, okay.
That's a cute one.
So did you request distinct shadows on these?
I did, yes.
Okay. Cat looks pretty good, but the shadow of that drink glass there is...
And the hand.
Yeah.
more of a reflection than a shadow.
Oh, interesting. I just thinking of the prompts you must have come up with.
And these are all, I just put out a new version of Midjourney Cats last night, and all of these are in the book along with the prompts that I used. I tried and tried and tried to get an authentic sundial, and this was the best that it was able to do.
Again, the shadows don't match.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, different directions, huh?
Oh yeah.
Pretty close.
And that's not really a sundial.
Oh,
Yeah, normal sundial, there's like a triangular piece. I don't know what the piece it's called to cast the shadow, but it's not just like an arrow sticking up like that.
Well, there's still clues to this AI, but you know, one day there won't be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so there's the book. So and Mark.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who was saying, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to come up with for this," but I came up with a few. I photographed. This is down in Arizona. I photographed these cactus kind of from behind, almost looking into the sun, because it lit up the spines really well on the cactuses. But then I realized, oh, there's some pretty good shadows on some of these too here.
Cactus is not something you see growing wild in the Pacific Northwest.
No.
for sure.
This was a park down there, and it was weird to be in the park and see all the cactus growing wild, and then off in the distance, the huge neighborhoods there.
Right.
Yeah, this is over at the Oregon coast in Devil's Punch Bowl. It's a big rock formation that when the tide is out, you can go down in there and look around, and when the tide is in, the waves are crashing around in there. You can't get down in there at that point, but there's some caves around the outside that cast some nice shadows here and there.
Who warns you to get out of there before the tide comes in?
Yeah, this was on a day when there was an exceptionally low tide, so we had plenty of time to look around and take pictures before the high tide was coming back.
Okay.
But there's 6 hours between the lowest tide and the highest tide on any given day, so it's not like it rushes in and if you're paying attention. Just
But
don't-
it could close off your exit.
No, we were all keeping an eye on that. And this is actually another view inside the punch bowl there, some cave formations with some shadows. And this is a different part of the Oregon coast, but I just happened to be there when it was foggy and the sun was starting to set, so some long shadows were coming toward the camera there.
That's a nice effect.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and I guess the rest of these are all different beaches in Oregon when the sun was getting low. These were all shot with the W3.
did fairly well on the waves, stopping action.
Yeah, I tend to shoot a lot and then just pick out the best ones. So there's a bunch I'm not showing you that didn't work out so well. But I do like the shadows behind all the rocks in the foreground there. I think that might be the last one. Oh, no, one more.
That's great.
Okay, George, open projector.
Okay, well, we just came back from a cruise. We went in the early February. We left the cold and snow here in Cleveland. And I just wanted to show you what equipment I carry with me. 2 pairs of Sony cameras, the X-Real Beam Pro and my iPhone. These were my 4 camera tools. Next. This is my wife and her sister, and in the back I think it's our SIP, our cruise SIP. It was nice to get out, as I said, from the cold and see some sun.
How many passengers?
A lot.
3,000 maybe?
Maybe more, 4 to 6, I'm not sure. It's one of the
Ooh.
biggest SIP that the Carnival has. This picture here, I mean, I didn't use my X-Real Beam Pro too much, but there was a model of the SIP right in the middle there, and that's the only camera that gave me a usable picture. I tried my iPhone. You had to be close to avoid the reflections, and then the wide-angle lens and the reduced depth just made it work. And you can see the reflection of the glass. Next, and that's from the SIP from the other side. Next. This is our company. This is my wife in the middle, Elizabeth, and her friend Margot and her sister Kathy, and me and 3 women. Next. I try to be a little bit creative. Here I was waiting for the big thing that fills with water to splash down and then snap a picture. I'm a little bit far away so I didn't get wet.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, so one of the places we went had a pickleball court, and actually there was a basketball court that people played pickleball on the SIP. Now this is the latest thing we've been doing, and my wife and I won the tournament. They had 2 tournaments during the week-long cruise, and we won both tournaments. So that was great. We enjoyed that.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks. Next. I enjoy taking pictures of the shows. You know, they have a lot of shows in these cruise ships, and I always try and get in the front row using my Sony cameras. I pay attention to the settings, high shutter speed to catch the motion. And anyway, I have a whole collection of pictures from the shows. And I try hyperstereos with all my cameras. I think this is with my iPhone. Just shifting it around. Carnival Celebration was our SIP. Next.
Very cool perspective on that one.
Yes, here I use my twin cameras for this. And in the next one, I use the motion of the SIP to give me the stereo base.
Oh.
Here, so the SIP was moving, and I was just firing the camera as I kind of figured out pretty fast. You couldn't really wait too long. The ship is moving quickly. And the last one, this is from the aeroplane, and I think that's Miami. So we flew to Miami, and I always try to get a window seat and take hyper stereos as the plane moves.
I don't fly much, but I try that too, always.
Yes. And that's it.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to pick out images for the ISU Code Folio 37. And what I'll do is I'll first go through all the images one time, and then I'll come back to the login screen. So there are 6 people entered, a total of 24 images, and we'll pick out the top 10 with no more than 2 from any photographer.
Hmm.
Okay, so let me go back to,
What's the website for judging?
it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be all set, otherwise you can type it in.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. It's the login. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I know this is charged. There it goes.
It's easier to. I didn't have to enter anything. I just scanned the QR code.
Yeah,
I'm
me
in.
too. The code was almost too small though. I had to
Yeah.
walk up there for the camera to recognize it. Now that my screen is really tiny though, I hope when we get it going.
I know, you know, let's see if it fixes. Yeah, when it's right side up, it's really tiny. When I turn it to the side, it becomes
Oh.
kind of big.
Okay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Or bigger.
So I have David, Steve, Matt, Carl, Mark, Gary, and George logged in. Anybody else want to log in, or should we proceed? Okay. So this is the first image. Median is 65.
I think it might have refreshed. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's been a little bit tricky.
This screen is being a little touchy. Median is 65 on this one. Median is 70. Median is 70. Median is 75. Median is 70. Median is 85. Median is 70. And median is 65. Median is 70. Median is 70. 65. Median is 66. Median is 70. Median is 62. Median is 60. Median is 78. Median is 70. Median is 77. And median is 65. That was the last one. So let's look at the results. Okay, so this was first place, Calgary Gardens by Jim Olson.
That's one of my favorite sculptors. His name is Manders.
Oh, I didn't know that. Manders, huh?
And this is number 2, Tide Pool Life by Mark Wilkie. And this is Garden Cat by Steve Wessing. And
Very nice.
and this is Country Stream by Mark Wilkie. And this is Levon and Friend by Steve Wessing. And this is Bugs by Jim Olson. And this is Nailless Fence by Bob Curtis. And this is Temple Lights 1 by David Ledoux. And this is Walking Stick by David Ledoux. And this is Cat Peeking Out of a Box, and it is a CGI, and it's by me. And basically, ISU requests that if there's a CGI image, that it be labeled as such in the title, which I have done. And so thanks everyone for submitting images.
I wanted to ask, what is that one that looks like a bunch of shampoo bottles? What is it?
Oh, like kind of in the the Navy setting?
Yes.
Oh. Now that's mine. It's they're called hedgehogs. They're anti-submarine
Oh, depth charges?
bombs.
Okay,
Yeah, depth charges.
So
Oh,
this one.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they call them hedgehogs.
Do they fire up into the air from the?
I guess I didn't push any buttons to find out. I assume they do.
They go actually into the sea because they're anti-submarine weapons.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Okay, so thanks everybody who submitted it. So ISU is twice a year, and it's not really a competition per se. What it is each club just gets to show off 10 images, but there's no judging, and so and now what we'll do is we'll actually see some of the images from the previous.
So you'll submit all of those?
I will submit those 10. So what happens is ISU, they create 3 video slideshows, so it's 3 parts, part A, part B, part C, and 6 or 7 clubs from in each part, each club with 10 images. So what I will do is now I need to share my screen. And I need to share the sound. And share this.